We are live. What's up, guys? Devin here, back with another live stream, man. Today, man, we're actually going to hop right into it. So, today we actually have actually not another, but the same special guest. His name is Dylan. Dylan, do you mind introducing yourself, man?
Sure. My name is Dylan Warsoff. I'm a programmer. I've done the whole travel um, digital nomad thing for a few years, and I'm happy to be here.
Definitely, bro. Guys, today we're going to talk about was it Cove? I can't even say that word.
Kho Samui.
Koh Samui, Thailand, and so, man, Dylan, what made you come to that part of Thailand?
So I was on a long trip with a lot of different stops, and this was one of the many stops that are in the islands that are part of that the southern side of Thailand, where it's just a crescent shape, where it's just all ocean, but a bunch of islands sprinkled in there. So I wanted to see like as many as I could. So Koh Samui was just another stop in that trip, and it was really nice, man. I like Koh Samui a lot. It was one of the better islands, even though it's very small.
Mm. So, have you ever seen any boats out there in the sea? Like, what do designs look like?
What are the designs of the boats?
Yeah.
You got like two kinds of boats. One is like a speedboat. Um, it'd be the same kind. So three actually. Two of them you'd see anywhere that you go boating, like a speedboat and a like a tugboat. Like if you ever been to New York and you had to cross, what is it? You have to cross the river there. There's this boat that goes across like a ferry. Yeah, that's what it's called. So you have like a ferry type of boat, and then you have a speedboat. Those are the two main ones that you'll see that you'll recognize, and then the third one is like an old wooden boat that is like rickety, and they just stick a motor on the back of it and like hold it in place, and they use that to move it around. And that's like how you get around between like short distances across islands and stuff like that.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty cool, man. Is the water like really clear up there?
Oh, dude, yeah, super clear, super blue. You can see down to the bottom. Sand is super white, just perfect. Yeah, really, really nice.
Oh, nice, man. So I guess that kind of ties into the next segment of what time of the year is the best to travel to that part of Thailand?
I would presume. I mean, let me look up honestly. When the dry season ends, when does dry season end? Thailand. Um, let's say April or May is like a really decent time. Like right as the for ideal weather visit Thailand during the dry season. So yeah, right as right as the dry season is ending, I'd say hit it there. So April or May is like a good time to go.
Oh, dope. Guys, right now I'm actually gonna pull up the the whole island of Koh Samui. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you got it.
There we go. All right, let me showcase this. All right, there we go. All right, so guys, if you actually take a look at the map here, you'll see that. Let me actually zoom out first. Oops, I zoomed in. Like this whole part here is Thailand, right by Phuket, all the way down here. This small little island. Now, if we actually zoom in, man, that's a small island.
Oh yeah. So it's little. And then Kopangan is a more popular island, which is just north of there, where they have the full moon parties. And I didn't actually get a chance to go there, but that's where they have. This is the most famous of the islands, I would say. There's a movie called The Beach with Leo DiCaprio, and it's based on like a section of that island. And they mention it in the movie as well. Like you can see bits and pieces of it.
Dang, dude, that's pretty dope, man. I know if I ever went down there, bro. I'll definitely hook up a boat, so that'd be pretty neat. Um, so what would you say is like the best tourist spot in Koh Samui?
In Kho Samui. I mean, it's a kind of small place. All the beaches are beautiful. In terms of tourist spot, I guess at night it's another one of these things where every bar really wants your attention. So, but I think it's a little more elaborate here because every bar pretty much does like a fire show at night. So they'll have a kid come out with like ropes that are on fire and he'll throw them all over the place and be shooting sparks and fireworks everywhere. A lot of these places will take out jump ropes and they'll light them on fire and have people jump over the jump ropes and shit. Um, I never tried that because I saw a video before I went of this guy who did it, and then his foot got wrapped in the rope, and he got like third-degree burns from it. So I was like, I'd rather not try the burning jump rope. Um, but yeah, there's like a lot of competition for your attention. And all these bars are right on the beach, so you just walk down the beach, and it's like good music, like party, like heart, like rave music, and people just really wanting your attention because they want to sell those drinks, you know.
Yeah, and actually, let me actually type in what the beaches actually look like. Guys, I'm actually going to show the, let's see here. Here we go. Beach. Oh yeah, dude, that's pretty clear.
Super clear, super pretty. I believe. Look, it's a small island. You see how like in the middle there's kind of one larger mountain.
Yeah.
I think you can actually just climb, like hike up to the top of that mountain. Um, I'm not sure if it was this island or another one, but it was a moment where I realized how sketchy some things can be over there. Because like I don't think there's a hospital on the island, and there's an area where the ropes you rappel down some ropes to get into like a very secretive cove area, and the ropes have been there for a long time. So the ropes that are hanging down that you rappel down are muddy, and it's just rocks below. So if you and there's no like supervising entity. It's just you're gonna climb down this rope, hopefully successfully, and get to this thing so you can take your Instagram picture. But if you fall, you kind of just die. Like this, there's not. They're not going to send a helicopter to get you. You just got. That's kind of it. So you have to be super careful over there. But yeah, it's another cultural difference. It's a weird moment where you're like, oh, this would not exist in the States or like pretty much any Western country.
Oh wow. So, how much money do you think it's actually possible to actually live over there in that sector?
To live on Koh Samui, I don't know how many people even live on Koh Samui. I would guess. I would venture like only maybe a
Or rent?
100,000. Hold on, let's see. Koh Samui population. Oh yeah, so it's 67,000 people. So I mean, you're not really gonna live there. If you're going to Thailand, you're probably not gonna live in Koh Samui. It's more like you show up there, you take a look, you hang out a little bit, and then you move on to the next island. It's not really like I'm gonna live here. There's not like a bunch of industry and stuff like that. I mean, there's a couple shops and a couple restaurants and a couple bars. Um, I mean, you could, but I don't see the reason why you'd choose Koh Samui out of all the options that you have. Go to Koh Phi Phi, go to Koh Phangan. Like there are a bunch of better islands that are close by and have better resources. I would say
Mm. So, do they have like any modern apartments over there?
in Koh Samui,
Or maybe little huts, maybe
I don't know.
beach
I don't know
houses?
where the people would live. Yeah, they've got like they have like so I would say it's mostly resorts over there. They might have apartments, but this is more like you ever been to Hawaii?
I have never been.
All right, so Hawaii has a bunch of islands, and one of the smaller ones is called Kauai, or even Maui. They're so small, and they're so like they're such pretty tourist destinations that like you don't really consider really living there. So yeah, I'm sure you could find a place to rent, but it's like it doesn't even really come to mind. I'm like the availability. I think it would be something you'd have to deal with. It's
Mm.
like it's a really small island. Let's see, Kho Samui. Um, it's only 80 miles squared.
Dang, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So you could drive around the whole thing in circles like 10 times in a day if you really wanted to. Like it's very, very small.
Since it's actually like a small island, do they still have vehicles over there, or is it just all boats?
Oh no, they got vehicles. They have like one main road that circles the whole thing. It's actually really similar to Hawaii, where if you're in, where was I? I think it was Maui, where there's one main road that goes all the way around the circle, and then a couple that cut through the middle, but not really because it's a big mountain in the middle. So they sort of just circle the mountain, and that's kind of how the road system works out there. I'm looking at a picture of it. It's pretty much like there's one main road, and most of the time it's people like other places. Most of the time it's people on motorcycles driving down the road. You don't see like a lot of big trucks or cars or anything. Um, Except if they're gonna be advertising like a boxing match that's coming up, then you'll find a big ass truck with a bunch of boxers like fully like greased up, going, we're gonna fight next week. You better come. Like, yeah.
So I'm guessing the public transportation is mainly just the motorcycles, um, boats, and a little bit of vehicle cars, maybe some trucks.
Yeah, I wouldn't. There's not really public transportation. This is like a tiny little. It's like, um, I think Disneyland has better public transportation in terms of like a train or a bus or something. This is you get on a motorcycle, you just go. You rent one that you don't even need a license. You just rent one and you go. That's it.
Oh, dope, man. So what type of food do they actually eat on the islands?
Um, I mean, it's same as the rest of Thailand. Papaya salad, pad thai, soft shell crab, a lot of seafood, a lot of curry, a lot of rice, um, a lot of coconut stuff. That's gonna be it mostly, and a lot of mangoes. They have mangoes everywhere.
I saw that coming.
Yeah,
So I'm guessing they actually have fish as well, right?
yeah, of course, but it's less common, honestly. Like you'll see shrimp and stuff. Mostly, it's gonna be crustaceans as opposed to like a whole fish, or at least that's what I saw.
So are the food a lot cheaper over there on the island, or are they more expensive?
Um, Everything's gonna be super cheap over there. Like it's gonna be, I would say, like twice as sketchy in terms of food safety, but it's gonna be like for like I think it's gonna be like 25% of the price that you'd pay for the same thing in the states. And so you sort of make that trade off. Like before you eat something, you smell it and you make sure that like this is all right, and you don't really you avoid fruits and vegetables because they have to wash it, and then if they wash it, they're using the tap water, and if they're using the tap water, it's dirty, and you're gonna get diarrhea. So you're better off just eating like um, a lot of protein and noodles. Even though the noodles are boiled, I never even thought about that. I guess because they boil the water, it's different when they do rice or noodles. So those are safer than if you like use cold tap water to wash fruit and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, man. Guys, Dylan is dropping gems for you guys, man. Shout out to Dylan, man. So I'm dang, dude. I'm guessing. I'm
Can I can
guessing
I
you.
can I interview you for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Um, so when it comes to traveling and the passport bro community, what is it about it that interests you?
Um, I would say I like the fact that, man, that's actually a good question. I guess I like the fact that as a man, you actually be the masculine figure,
Okay,
and basically being able to find a woman who's actually stays in her feminine. And the fact that we can't really find that, it's not as common as if you went overseas, because they usually stick to traditional values, if that makes sense.
I got you. So, what about religious communities that exist in the states? Do you think that they would compare to someone that you'd find in terms of femininity or staying in their feminine? You think they would compare? So, like a very religious Christian girl here compared to like a regular Thai woman.
Uh, Man, that's a hard one because a lot of people say they're Christians, but they don't follow what the Bible says.
Hmm.
So it's really interesting in that aspect. So that's what I got to say on that.
Hmm. Okay. Is that are you looking for like a wife? Is that something that you're considering, like wifing up and having kids like already?
No, I actually plan on getting. I would say because right now I'm just focused on my legacy, creating a legacy down the road into the future,
Hmm.
and eventually I'm going to settle down around like my late 30s, probably around there.
Okay. So your upcoming trip to Vietnam, is that just for vacation, for excitement, or like I'm gonna bring home a wife?
I would say more so just becoming more of like a nomad and traveling around, getting to see the world more. Doing vlogs for people out there in the world who actually want to travel to Vietnam. I do have a couple of buddies down there as well, so that's also pretty cool.
That's cool.
Um,
Wait, so when are
yeah.
you going?
I would say around like
March. That's cool.
March to April.
How long are you staying for? I'm gonna be in South Korea in April.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah.
I know the visa here, the whole visa situation. I think I believe it's like 30 days. Korea might be like 90 days stay,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. So I might have to bounce between countries.
True. True.
So I might actually go to Japan, but seeing that you might have gone to South Korea, I might check out South Korea.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm going to Japan afterward. The first
Oh,
couple
really?
weeks of April, I'm going to be in South Korea, and then afterward, I have a friend who's going to be in Japan. He invited me to meet up with him, so I'm going to go to Japan as well.
Oh, dope. Because I
It's
was
gonna be a
thinking
cool
of
trip.
basically, yeah, I was basically planning on country hopping, to like Vietnam, then like Japan, then back to Vietnam, and something like that.
So, did you choose Vietnam because your friends are there, or was there some other driving force?
The cost of living is a
Hmm.
lot cheaper.
I
I
got
could
you.
focus. I could really focus on the things that actually matter in terms of like building up the future of the channel and giving value to the guys out there in the world.
Interesting. Yeah, because when I think of Southeast Asia, I pretty much think exclusively of Thailand. I almost never think like Laos, Cambodia, Burma, or any of these like other surrounding countries. I pretty much or Vietnam. I pretty much only think of Thailand. I don't really know why. So I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't blame you, man. That's actually a good question. Um, yeah, I actually wanted to actually travel around like the Middle East and Asia, like Dubai around there as well.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna be checking out a lot of places while vlogging, getting guys, showing them the experience.
Cool.
But yeah, so in terms of Kho Samui, Samui, did I say that right?
Yeah,
Man,
you
I
got it.
can't.
You got it. You got it.
Um, how's the day life and nightlife? I'm sure it's really interesting over there.
During the day, you got the beach, you got the hotels, you got the restaurants, you got everyone fighting for your attention. Come eat here. Come. Oh, I see you're hungry American. Come for lunch. Like that type of thing during the day. You can ride around like charter boats to other smaller, even smaller islands that are around. You can explore. So during the day, it's like very pretty and touristy type stuff. Just walking around the beach, chilling, playing some sports or something like that. I jet skied there a lot Pretty much every island that I went to, I jet skied. It was a lot of fun. Pretty cheap. In the States, normally a session of jet skiing will cost you $100. Over there, only 40 or $50. So that's cool. And you can negotiate everything with them as well. So that's daytime. Nighttime, all the bars want your attention. They bring out the fire shows. Someone's juggling a bunch of swords that are on fire. Um, yeah, they want you to. It's like $2 shots or $1 shots. They they want you to drink and spend your money there. So yeah, that's the nightlife.
Mm. Man, how's the jet ski experience?
Man, the water's really pretty. It's beautiful. Water is smooth. You got all sorts of little islands in the distance that you can look out, and you just see islands popping out of the water. It's just so pretty, like Avatar. Um, it's great. It's really, really nice.
Man, guys, man, I can't wait to actually show you guys like all these experiences, man. I'll have my own videographer helping me out, man, getting you guys the excellent content, man. The quality is going to be there for you guys, man. It's going to be a great journey, man. Can't wait.
Are you hiring a Vietnamese videographer?
You know, I actually thought about that. That's actually a really great question.
That would save you a lot of money.
Yeah. um, yeah, because their dollar is a lot more, like, way cheaper than the United States.
Yeah.
Um, so how's the woman there?
The tourist women are very attractive. They're very party ready. They're pretty open and promiscuous. I think you're more like your audience is more in the realm of like dating and marriage. So the Thai women, I don't really know, to be honest. I didn't really have many interactions with them. Super motherly. The stern mother stereotype like is very very fitting over there. Very traditional. They got modesty rules, like stuff that you can wear and cannot wear. So I would say much more traditional than over here.
Okay. So what would you say is like the best places in Kho Samui? Kho Samui.
This one, so I was there a few years ago. Off the top of my head, I don't really remember any names of places, and it's a pretty small island too. So I would say the beach and the bars. Those are the best places, man. I wish I could give you. It's been some years since I've been there.
So what about the online dating? Have you heard any stories regarding that? Or
Um, in Koh Samui, you're most likely gonna find tourists because it's such a small place. You're probably not gonna find a lot of like actual Thai women. Um, but with it's when you're on vacation or you're in Thailand, people are much more open. So let's say you're living in what city do you live in?
North Carolina currently?
You're in North Carolina. Maybe you get like a few matches a week. I don't know how good your pictures are, but like if you get a few matches a week over there, you'll match with like 10 people in a day. Because they're all trying to party, they're all trying to like meet up, they're all trying to meet new people, and they're on vacation. So very touristy, um, very open, like party culture.
Would you say the people there over there in Koh Samui, do they have broken English or is English pretty good? Perfect.
Uh, English is not going to be great. It's going to be sometimes difficult to communicate. Um, but generally, people speak enough English to get by. But the people that speak the best English are going to be the people that you interact with, like financially. So, people at the stores, at the restaurants, they're going to speak decent English. Everyone else is going to speak very broken English.
Mm. So I'm guessing the people who come there usually are pretty much just nomads, just taking a vacation.
Pretty much, yeah. They're either expat people or they're on vacation and they're in commute between other islands. I don't think anyone really chooses Koh Samui as their final destination because it's not like the most famous or the most popular of all the islands. But it's definitely a stop that people like to see.
Man, man, if I did go down there, I'll probably just take a visit and I'll probably check out the jet skis as well.
Oh yeah, but you got to go to Kopipi. That's the best one.
Oh, so Koh Phi Phi is like the best part of Thailand that you believe?
In my opinion, I haven't been to Chiang Mai, but my best experiences were in Koh Phi Phi. We took this boat tour that was just it was kind of mind blowing. It was like out of a movie. It was a bunch of people that were they were already past the expiration of their visas, and they were just sort of genuine nomadic people that were running this boat tour as like a commune type of thing, where they were splitting the money between themselves for running this boat tour, and they were living that way. And they were really passionate about just like being in Thailand and doing this travel thing and like partying, and it was like it was kind of like if you've ever been to a rave. Sometimes you can tell sort of the intention of things is off. But this was like all the intentions were correct. Everything was right. It was a really cool experience. So yeah, I think that pushed it over the edge. Otherwise, Koh Phi Phi is a pretty normal place, similar to the other islands where it's a bunch of bars on the beach. They all want your attention. The beach is really really nice. The island is very pretty. Palm trees, mountain. I don't know. It's just a great island. I liked it a lot. Excuse me.
Well, that's dope, man. So, would you say there's any negative traits of the people living there?
Off the top of my head, no. Except that like, they don't really speak English very well. But I wouldn't say, in particular, there's anything wrong with them. No, any negative traits. No.
What about the dangers to be aware of when you're actually over there? I'm
Pretty
guessing one is that
much.
monkey branch that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. If so, you pretty much only have to be afraid of like getting stuff stolen from you. It's not a huge deal, but lock up your stuff. Make sure that it's hidden in decent places. Don't leave stuff unattended. Don't leave doors unlocked. Don't leave windows open. Stuff like that. Um, I think we had a place. It might have been a different island. It might honestly have been a different country, but there was a place that told us not to leave food in the apartment because like monkeys would try to get in. Um, I don't remember where exactly it was. There was one island that right by it. We were doing like a tour of different islands, and there's one island called Monkey Island where you can go and just like there's a thousand monkeys that live there. You like give them little snacks and treats and stuff. So they have these like macaque monkeys, not really macaques. They have these little monkeys everywhere. And one of these places is like, yeah, the monkeys will steal from you. So okay. Um, yeah, that's pretty much the only thing to be worried about. Also, sometimes dealing with the police, but honestly, Koh Samui is so tiny that I don't even remember seeing a police person, like not even one on the whole island. Um, yeah,
Oh wow, that's really interesting. No police.
yeah. If I remember correctly, it was one of those places where there was no hospital, there was no police, there was no public services. I don't mean like there wasn't like electricity and water, but I mean like I don't even know if they had. Maybe there is like one hospital. I don't remember. Basically, I remember being told that like if you hurt yourself, you're kind of fucked. But I could be wrong about that. It's been a while.
Mm. Do you have any extra stories for Koh Samui?
Koh Samui. Um, I don't remember if Koh Samui was the one, but from one of these islands, we took a tour to a bunch of the major destinations. That included this place called James Bond, where a lot of people go. Like if you search up James Bond Thailand, this image will come up that I think pretty much always comes up when you hear about Thailand, and it was in the movie, right? So from Koh Samui, we took this boat that took us. It might have been from Koh Phi Phi actually, but yeah, but we bounced around different islands, and this was one of them. Um, but it doesn't look like the pictures at all. If you're there, like before the water level rises, the water level isn't always high. So right here, it looks really. I don't know if you have a picture pulled up, but it looks really pretty. The water's very blue. It comes up to this like pillar of stone rising out of the ground. But if you're there when it's low tide, the whole thing is just mud, and it doesn't look like that at all. So you gotta time your visit such that you don't get this like shitty view.
Said James Bond, Thailand.
Yeah, type James Bond Thailand.
All right, let me show you guys.
Yeah. So in the pictures at the top, you can see it's like a pillar coming out of this blue water, very pretty, like Gatorade blue. Um, so that's what it looks like when it's high tide. But when it's low tide, that water goes away and it's just all mud. It's just dirt and mud, and these little mud skippers flopping around everywhere.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, oh wow, dude.
Yeah, man. So that's what I got about Koh Samui.
Do you have any last words for to say to the viewers out there in the world?
Um, uh, no, not really. I mean, I think we covered pretty much all that I really could.
Oh, dope. So, how can people find more about you?
I got Instagram. It's Dylan Warsoff. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. I used to have a Twitch channel. Um, I might start that up again at some point in the future, but for now, I mean, just watch more of this show. That's how you find more of me.
Dope. All right, guys, and there you have it. Make sure to look after yourself from around the world, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Have a good one, y'all.
Peace.